Imagine this. A private company is doing what? For decades, only superpower governments could achieve sending rockets to space. How did SpaceX, a company that didn't exist 25 years ago, manage to surpass NASA in the space race? And what if I told you this might just be the beginning of private companies taking over space exploration entirely? Stick with us as we dive into the unbelievable rise of SpaceX and whether this signals the dawn of a new era, where space is no longer government-controlled, but private. SpaceX was founded in 2002 by Elon Musk with a simple yet ambitious goal: make space travel affordable and eventually colonize Mars. But let's be real. At first, no one took SpaceX seriously. In fact, their first 3 rocket launches were total failures. Critics laughed, saying a private company had no place in space. But Musk was determined. In 2008, with money running out, SpaceX made history. Their 4th launch was a success, and that changed everything. So, what makes SpaceX different? Why did they succeed where so many others failed? One of the key breakthroughs was reusability. SpaceX developed rockets that could land back on Earth and be reused, slashing the cost of space missions. Before this, every rocket launch was a one-way trip, with billions of dollars literally burned up in the process. That's like buying a new airplane every time you fly. SpaceX changed the game, and suddenly, space travel wasn't just for government-funded projects. By cutting costs and innovating fast, SpaceX opened the door to more frequent space missions. Now, how did SpaceX, a private company, start to overshadow NASA, one of the most respected space agencies in the world? NASA had decades of dominance. They sent astronauts to the moon, built the International Space Station, and revolutionized space science. But while NASA was a powerhouse, it also had limitations: funding cuts, bureaucratic delays, and aging technology. Meanwhile, SpaceX, as a private company, moved fast. They weren't held back by government red tape. They could innovate, fail, and try again at lightning speed. In 2020, SpaceX became the first private company to send humans to space aboard the Crew Dragon capsule. For the first time in nearly a decade, American astronauts launched from US soil, not in a NASA rocket, but a SpaceX one. NASA, once the undisputed leader, was now watching from the sidelines. Here's a fun fact. Did you know SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket is named after the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars? Elon Musk's love for sci-fi movies even influenced the company's design choices. And another mind-blowing fact: SpaceX's Starship, currently in development, aims to carry up to 100 people on interplanetary journeys. That's right, SpaceX isn't just focused on the moon, they're aiming for Mars. This is the most ambitious space project since the Apollo missions. So, where does this leave us? If private companies like SpaceX can outperform even NASA, what does the future hold for space exploration? SpaceX isn't the only player. Companies like Blue Origin, founded by Jeff Bezos, and Virgin Galactic, led by Richard Branson, are also pushing into space. We're witnessing the rise of a new era where space is no longer the exclusive domain of governments, but of private businesses. But here's the big question: if space exploration becomes privatized, what will that mean for the future of humanity in space? Will it be driven by innovation and competition, or by profit and control? There are huge rewards to privatizing space, but also big risks. For one, private companies have the potential to move faster and push boundaries, but at what cost? There's already concern about space debris junk left by satellites and rockets orbiting Earth with more launches. This problem could get worse. And then there's the question of ownership. If private companies led the charge, who gets to claim space? Could we see monopolies even in the stars? But it's not all competition. In fact, SpaceX and NASA often work together. NASA is still crucial for deep space exploration. SpaceX, with its speed and innovation, provides the tools. Together, they're developing new technologies, from lunar landers to Mars missions. For example, SpaceX is a major part of NASA's Artemis program, which aims to return humans to the moon and lay the foundation for future Mars exploration. So, while SpaceX has taken the lead in some areas, both organizations are pushing space exploration further together. So, what's next for SpaceX? The next big milestone is Mars. SpaceX is developing the Starship, a massive spacecraft designed for interplanetary travel. Elon Musk's vision, to make humans a multi-planetary species. He's betting that one day, SpaceX will establish a human colony on Mars. That's not science fiction anymore, it's a real plan. And with SpaceX's track record, it might happen sooner than we think. Space exploration is changing fast. What used to be the realm of governments is now being led by private companies. SpaceX, in particular, has shown us that with enough ambition, even the impossible can become possible. Whether it's NASA or SpaceX leading the charge, one thing is clear: our future is in the stars. And it might not be as far away as we think. So, what do you think? Are we on the brink of total privatization of space exploration? And if so, what kind of future will that create? Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what excites you the most about the future of space.